Well, I'm out here at the junkyard looking around for steering columns for that truck. I want a tilt column for the 61, but anyway, I found this thing. F350 64 it says. Beat up, but cool old truck. Just thought I'd have a look at it. Cool old truck. Don't see too many of these sitting around in the junkyard anymore. Anyway, I did find a steering column that's a tilt. It's in this maroon Chevy right here. The issue that it has the ignition switch on the column, but I think I could delete that. So I'm gonna probably see how much they want for it. It's not too bad. Tilt's nice, it's got a lot of tilt to it. And then it's got the automatic lever on the column like I want. So anyway, we'll see. I might jerk that out. Well, I'm at the junkyard, another junkyard. That driveline thing didn't work out for me, and so I needed something to do, and I really need a steering column. So I came over to this junkyard. I found this van. It's a Chevrolet, but it has a good tilt wheel in it. So I think I'm gonna get this pulled out. All right, I'm back from the junkyard. I got the steering column out. So now I'm gonna put it in the shop along with the tools. Get things put away. All right. I went to Nob Hill Auto Wrecking, is the wrecking yard that I went to, and for this project so far I've gone around, kind of shopped around at, I wouldn't say all of the junkyards in Yakima, but I've shopped around at the majority of them, and so far I have only bought anything from Nob Hill Auto Wrecking. So if you're in the Yakima area, look those guys up. They're pretty cool. It's a wrecking yard. Some of these wrecking yards anymore are like charging you to get into the yard. It's I don't know. It's ridiculous to me. But anyway, I'm gonna unload this stuff, put the stuff away, and kind of put that steering column into the truck. Just kind of, dry fit it, see what it looks like. Well, this here is a little bit, I don't know, crude because there's no seat in this truck. But I put this steering column in here, and I'm kind of excited about it. So I like the way it's looking, and then to be able to just, tilt it. I'll have to put this camera. Second, get you set up over here so that you can see what I'm looking at. I'm sitting on a block of wood. There's no seat in the truck, so. But anyway, yeah, pretty cool. It's just wired in there. I just wired it up, but so centered is right about there, and then to be able to just pull this thing down to, my wife can pull it down to her lap, or, and then getting out. There's a big thing for me is like those other columns when you get in one of these trucks with a straight column and they stick way up here. And when you get in the truck, you're trying to get your knees underneath the steering wheel to get in, and it's just like, so this is going to work way better. Have it up like that when you get out, and then bring it down to whatever your liking is when you're going to drive. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Well, I'm going to take this steering column apart a little bit. I want to get rid of the key. The steering wheel's locked at the moment, and I need to get that taken out. So I just kind of need to gut some stuff. There's wiring in here that I'm gonna get rid of. The hazards are in here. I'm gonna get rid of that. The ignition stuff I'm gonna get rid of because my ignition's gonna be the same ignition. So I can get this ignition switch out. I don't know, I'll figure out a way to plug this, just make a cap for it. I thought about like cutting this nub right here off and then, you know, molding it, but I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna make a little cap for it. And then this is plastic right here, and I don't know how much of this I'm gonna really get rid of, but I've got the column out of the truck, and I'm gonna check the size of this shaft column right here and the size of the column on the original column. I might put a piece of the sleeve over this, just so that this section down here looks like the 61. And then all this, you know, I'll keep, obviously this I keep, and then I'm going to try to incorporate the 61 blinker handle into this column. The blinker handle for this actual column was missing in the van when I went to the van. So otherwise, I'm going to put things back together. I'll put the steering wheel back on, this shifter handle. I'm just going to basically gut it. For now, I'll just run this steering wheel. You know, this is budget. I'm on a budget. I want to get this truck running, and then I'll fancy it up as I go, as I drive it. So anyway, I'll probably put you on time lapse and then get after this. I haven't done any time lapse since, I don't know, the first couple of videos that I've done, and I think the main reason I don't like doing it is because I don't like either trying to figure out, you know, whether to play music over top of it or to just voice over, and I decided to do this time lapse, and so now I'm stuck with that decision whether to do voiceover or to do music over top of it. So I think I've decided that I'm going to voiceover. So with that said, this is an obvious situation where if you've got the money and you can afford to, you know, buy one of these expensive tilt columns that you can order online, it'd make this, you know, process way easier. Although you'd need to buy the adapter and the steering wheel and these types of things. For me, I don't know if I will in the future come back and revisit this and maybe take this column out and put in one of those columns in the future. It's a real good possibility. When I went to put this back together, I broke the horn pieces that didn't go into it. They were probably just really brittle. I'm not going to say that's the only reason that I broke them. And this isn't something I do every day, so at any rate, I put it back together just a little wrong, and it snapped it. But so it's the horn is going to be an issue for me. I didn't get the wires out. I talked about trying to get the wires out. I did get the ignition switch out, but I didn't get the wires out. And then the pieces for the locking mechanism, I called it a switch, but I think they're actually an actuator. And I got the actuators off, but the linkage and whatnot is still in the column. So, but that's not going to hurt anything. And then the weird part about doing it this way is that the ignition switch is still there, visible. It's just nothing's in it. So I'll get a plug for it and plug that, and it'll be all right. But this is gonna work out real good for me. I don't think that the steering wheel is ugly. I think it looks pretty good. And I like the how much this thing tilts. It really tilts a lot. But it's a lot of added work doing it this way. So, but this is an easy way to save a lot of money. Anyway. All right, I got that column. Got it out. I got the ignition switch out of it, and I broke some stuff and got that out of it, which I believe is horn. The horn cover thing's not there anyway. What else? There was a bearing in there. Some of you probably would know that already. That when you're pulling that apart, you gotta be real careful. Otherwise, the little ball bearings go bling and they go everywhere. So that happened. And I got through that. So I got it back together. There's going to be a little bit more work I'm going to have to do with the steering lock mechanism. I pulled the little sensors. These are the little sensors, to my knowledge, that lock that. And I pulled those out. So now I'm just trying to figure out, okay, getting that thing mounted up in the truck. And early on, I pulled some stuff out of the truck, and I mentioned that I was going to lighten up this. You can see that. This is the pedal assembly that was under the dash, and right here is where the steering column, the old steering column, is right here. That's where that. I don't know if I'm getting that or not, but those two bolted there on the truck. And so what I'm thinking, this is the one from the van, and so right here and right here is where it bolts to the bottom of the dash. And there's a bracket under the dash that bolts here and here, and it goes up to like the firewall. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this off right along here, because I am going to use the brake pedal and the accelerator pedal out of the car. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I can't see if I'm, alright, I'm going to make some tabs here and here that I can bolt this to, and that'll bolt. So I'll bolt this back up under the truck without the pedals, and this will bolt back to the dash. It'll bolt back to that bracket going to the firewall, and then this, I'll have some tabs here, and this will bolt on to that, getting the column in place. That's my plan, and I'll see just how well that works out. So the way I'm going to figure that out, like I said, I'll cut this off. I'm going to clean it up a little bit, so that after I weld it, tabs on there, whatever, I can paint it and get it nice looking. I'll cut it off, I'll put it in the truck, I'll put the column in the truck, put this bracket down there, and just dry fit it, make sure I'm on the right track before I get crazy. But that's where I'm at. So we'll head to the truck. Then I'll bring this with me. It'll be cut by then. Here we are in the truck. Cut bracket. I got the van steering column. I also brought the truck steering column. I just want to show you. So I'm going to put this, I'm just going to get this thing up in here. And I'm not going to tighten this up. I'm just going to get it up here in place. Maybe. There we go. Got it. Okay. So basically what I want to do is I want to find out where I'm going to wind up putting the plates for this other bracket, for the van bracket, so we can weld plates on there. And get started doing that. And then I want to show you with that other steering column, I want to show you what I mean by the way the column sits in the truck is very 1960s. Things have come a long way, right? That, you know, I mean, we got steering columns that collapse in accidents and don't like really injure you. And so why, if you have the opportunity to eliminate what they had back then, which was very dangerous, just solid columns that came up, why not, right? Anyway, okay. So this is the original, and it bolted up like that. So you can see, I'm trying to, hopefully you can see just how close that is. And then the steering wheel, you know, it's really low, all that. Anyway, I put that, it may have been a little exaggerated there. There we go, yeah. Anyway, real low, it's, you know, it sticks straight at you. Hard to get your feet around. Got too much stuff in this truck at this point. And then this column, I'm going to have it sitting like that ish. So it's a lot higher, you know, obviously the tilt changes everything as it comes down, you know. But it gets out of your way. I like it. I keep it from in the dash. So I'm gonna get this figured out and then get tabs made for that. Hopefully get this thing mounted. So anyway, this would be a perfect opportunity for me to like talk to you about subscribing. If you're not subscribed, would really help if me and this channel, if you consider doing that, that'd be awesome. And you know, hit the like button and comment. You know, just I just want to, you know, it'd be nice to get some feedback how I'm doing. You know, just whether you like it, whether you don't like it, that kind of thing. And it would just kind of help me to improve or whatever. Anyway, so, but I really appreciate you guys watching. I started doing this just to document doing this to this truck, you know, taking the Crown Vic and putting everything in a truck and just making a more modern truck. But but not take a car chassis. I can't get over that. But anyway, I just started to document it, and at this point, it seems like maybe it'll go further than that. But it won't really do much without people that are watching it, without their help. Like I said, subscribe, like, and comment, and just try to boost the channel a little bit. It'd be awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna get after this, get these brackets figured up, and then and maybe I'll set you down for a time lapse or something. All right, thanks. I didn't set up any time lapse, and I took this into the garage and made some tabs for it. Didn't be this direction. I just have them tacked up right now. I'm going to set it back in, and snagged on some cinch right here. I'm going to set it back in there, and then see how this thing fits. And it should fit good, I think. And then what I'll do is I'll take it back, fully weld it, and then clean it up, and cut some of the ears off so it doesn't look ugly, and then clean it up and spray paint it, and it'll be ready to go. And then obviously there's, the floorboard needs something done down there to support the bottom, and I'll work on that next. However, right now I just want to, am I missing a bolt? Okay, I think I'm missing a bolt, so I will get that real quick. I managed to drop it and not realize it. I guess that's what happened. I found it, that's what matters. Okay. I'm thinking that looks pretty good. Let's see where that comes out the other side. And there's going to be a little bit more adjustment there. Touching the steering wheel, but I'm touching the dash with the steering wheel, but I have adjustments here. I can come up. You can see that. I have same adjustment here. This one's slotted. So behind here is slotted side to side, and then out here it's slotted up and down, and then this is slotted up and down. So I'll be able to adjust it and get it away from the dash. I don't know if you can see the dash from where you're sitting. I think you can. Anyway, so I'll get it adjusted up enough to where I can get my fingers, when this is fully tilted up, I can still get my fingers in there. And I like it, so I'll go back, get some of that clean, finish welding, finish welding it up, get things cleaned up, and paint it, and then put it in, and then I'll have to figure out, what I'm going to do down here at the floorboard, and what I'm going to do with this bracket for the shifter. So, but looks good, I think. Alright, I just wanted to show you before I go in there and do all that. It looked like, in that clip, looked like this thing was off center, and so I wanted to show you guys what I'm looking at here. So I put this bezel in, just to show you, the bezel left a dirt mark, you know, right down here, and that's what I was lining this up with to try to center it. And it looks like I'm a little bit to the left, but there's also I also have that adjustment, you know, like I was just saying, I can push it to the right a little bit, but it's really close to center. And that last clip, it didn't look like it. The bracket, the original bracket, I don't know why the original steering wheel had to have been off center a little bit, but they hung down so low that it was probably not terribly noticeable. But at any rate, I like it. It looks good. I got that thing pulled back off again, and then took that bracket in and finished welding it and cleaned it up, spray painted it, so it looks nice. And I stuck things back in. Now it's, you know, everything's tightened up. You can see that it's centered. You can tell her, I'll pull that down. It's pretty centered. It might still be just a little bit to the left, but I'm shoved all the way to the right. But I like it. It looks good. I think it's gonna work. It's gonna work real good for me. Anyway, I have to try to find a way to block off that hole. The ignition shouldn't be too big a deal. I'll go down and see about, you know, like a rubber grommet for like firewalls, for plugging holes, things like that, and find something that'll go on there. Anyway, that's gonna wrap up this video. The wind's picking up, and this tarp that I got out here is really starting to get noisy, as I'm sure you can hear. So I'm wrapping it up, and the next video is going to be the driver's side of the firewall. I got to get the firewall cut out of the car, because I want to use the brake booster and master cylinder and the pedal out of the car for the brake, and the pedal for the accelerator pedal out of the car. And so I want to get those fit in the truck, and so that's going to be this up and coming video. So if that's something, again, like you're interested in, you know, wait for that. That'll be coming. We're gonna get that next. I feel like things are gonna kind of speed up with this truck. So with that, thanks for watching, and have a blessed week.